Everybody have a catalog?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so my name is Greg Kaplar. I am I used to be the Metro New York regional salesperson. We just rearranged territory. So I basically have all Long Island, Brooklyn, Queens, East. Nelson in the back. I don't know if any of you guys are from Manhattan. Anybody in Manhattan, that territory, Westchester up that way? He's the new salesperson from Manhattan, kind of north a little bit. And then my sales engineer, Tim. Every one of our RSMs have a sales engineer that we kind of pair off with. So what we're going to do today is I am going to do more of a product overview with you guys. We have a lot of products, we have a lot of cameras, we have a lot of technologies that nobody knows about. It's not one size fits all. We kind of have a camera that'll work for not every single application, but we do have a lot of cameras. And I'm going to try to do that as quickly as I can. You guys have any questions, just stop me. And then afterwards, Tim is actually going to do a technical overview of the recorders, actually setting them up, anything to do with DDNS or analytics, or you can go through the entire menu with you guys. Again, more of a, very, not a very technical, but again, through the menu. The good thing is all of our recorders have the same menus for the most part. So whatever you learn from Tim doing today, you'll be 95% off on any other recorder that you guys program. All right. Any questions before I start, or we're all good to go? All right. Let's just jump right in because I know most people are here for Tim and his technical part, not really my sales overview. This is the latest and greatest Hikvision catalog. Inside we have 4 IP camera lines. Let's say distinct camera lines, kind of high, mid-range level, and low level, and then we have a TVI/turbo product line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the product line kind of quickly. If you guys have any questions, stop me. Any questions before I start? All good? All right. Just get settled here. Okay, so we're going to start on page 11. That's page 10, box cameras. I don't know about you guys, nobody really calls box cameras anymore. Haven't sold one in a while. I don't know why they have them in the catalog, other than I was in London about 4 months ago and they have a lot of box cameras over there, so that's probably why they have them here. So if you look in the catalog, you're going to see different colors. You're going to see the Pro Series is in blue, Value Plus Series. The Value Plus Series is green. Every different line of cameras has a different color. So when we get to the end of the catalog, there's going to be a bracket section, and everything's kind of color coded. So the blue section again is what we call the Pro Series. A lot of features, a lot of analytics. Typically your higher cost product line. The vast majority of the cameras you sell are not going to be in this product line. There'll be a couple of specialty cameras, and I'm going to go over kind of like the specialty cameras, the low light color cameras, some of the 180 cameras, the fisheye cameras are in this series. So on a project, you might have 1 or 2 in the Pro Series, but typically the price point is, obviously the security industry, we know when everybody wants, not down and dirty, we want something good for the value, but this is again more of a feature-rich product. Before I even start the Pro Series, just about all of the Hikvision cameras are, rugged, outdoor rated, with the exception of like 1 or 2. Just assume any camera I talk about is outdoor rated, and I'll point out the ones that aren't. I'm going to say 99% of the cameras have infrared. It's just easier for us to put infrared in everything. Some of the cameras have SD slots, so if you want to record in the camera itself, you can put an SD card. And some of the cameras have a built-in microphone. If they don't have a built-in microphone, they'll have a built-in audio line in, line out, in case you would need that. Okay? So in the Pro Series, we're on page 11. The Pro Series comes in 1 meg, 2 meg, 3 meg, 6 megapixel, 4K, which is actually almost 9 megapixel, and the 12 megapixel. So anywhere from 1 to 12. I don't really sell any 1 megapixel, so I'm going to say 2 to 12. Within this series, we have a couple of specialty cameras. One of these being this one right here. We are actually developing an LPR camera, but if you do need an LPR camera today, this is the one I recommend. This has a 4.7 to 94 millimeter lens. You make a couple of slight modifications to it, just increase the shutter speed a little bit, force it into black and white. It's a very, very good black and white. It's a very good LPR camera. And again, we're going to be releasing, basically this camera with the firmware I just changed to make those modifications. If you would need an LPR, this is a good camera for it. We have another technology called Light Fighter. Everybody, you guys know what wide dynamic is? Wide dynamic range? Wide dynamic range is basically defined as the two contrasts of light, extremely bright to extremely dark. So the biggest example you always hear is a warehouse door. A warehouse is usually dark inside, you raise the warehouse door and it's very bright outside. So what you need is a camera that's going to see outdoors and indoors at the same time. So everything in the Pro Series has 120 dB of wide dynamic. The Light Fighter has 140 dB. So again, where you would need more extreme wide dynamic like that, maybe a restaurant that's on the water under canopy, where you're looking at the sun out in the bay and you're under the shade here. But that's our best wide dynamic camera. Okay, moving on. Page 12. We have something called Dark Fighter. So what is Dark Fighter technology? Dark Fighter is typically all the cameras in this series are .014. This is .00027. Similar to, I guess you guys know the term intensifier. The camera's going to stay in that color mode a lot longer before it's going to make that black and white switch. I mean, nothing's going to, we have infrareds obviously, so you can see in the dark. But without infrared, nothing sees in the dark. But again, this is our best camera for low light color. And as I move through the catalog, you're going to see a lot of other products that use this Dark Fighter technology. One thing I didn't point out, everything in this series is varifocal. Okay, so everything is either 8 to 30, 2.8 to 12, or 8 to 32. With that, it's motorized and it's autofocus. So from the software, you're going to set the field of view, and once you set the field of view, it will autofocus for you. Okay, every single camera in this series will do that. Again, it just makes it easier. You're not up on the ladder. You're not adjusting anything. It's all done through the software. So moving to page 13, again, we have the domes. Again, it's the same sensors, the same chips, it's just in a different housing. Some guys like the bullet housing, some guys like the dome housing. If you look at the housing on these are, I'm going to call them chunky domes. They're not little, spelt little domes. You're probably not going to put these indoors, most likely outdoors, because again, they are a little bit on the bigger side. But again, everything I just spoke about within the bullets in the Pro Series, the domes have the same technology. A couple specialty cameras here on page 13. We have a multi-sensor 180 camera. So that is 4 2-megapixel sensors using the Dark Fighter technology again. Each one does 45 degrees, so you put it on a roll, you're going to get 180 degrees. You guys probably see Aricon has a few of those. This is our version of it, and again, it does go down to .002 in lux. It's very low. I think it's better than the Aricon, and the price point is better than the Aricon camera by a couple $100. This is a very nice camera. People counting camera. You guys deal with retail at all, and they want to know how many people enter the store and leave the store. You actually put a camera over the doorway, and as you come in, it's going to say enter, and as you go out, it's going to say leave. Just give you a rough count of how many people come in the store every day. No questions? We're going to keep moving on? All right. Page 14. We make a fisheye camera. So this is not a multi-sensor camera. This is a single sensor with a fisheye lens, very wide angle. We make these in 3 megapixel indoors and outdoors, 6 megapixel indoors and outdoors, and 12 megapixel. So what I'm going to tell you guys is don't sell the 3 megapixel. In my opinion, there's not enough megapixel to go around. Because again, you're not looking one way, you're looking at full 360, you need more megapixel. My preference is either 6 or the 12. If you look at the 6 or the 12, these do have infrareds. You do have 3 infrareds here. They will give you about a 50-meter diameter, so it is seeing the dark. You put one in the middle of this room, so not all the lights will light up to illuminate everything. Also has two-way audio. Again, in a quiet room like this, you'll probably hear two-way audio. I've seen these mounted on sides of buildings. I've seen them mounted in parking garages on the wall. You can ceiling mount them, wall mount them, table mount them. I wouldn't use the audio in that application. Again, my and Tim's preference on this is it's a situational awareness camera. Meaning that if I owned a bar and it was rectangular, I'd love to put one up in the middle and see all my customers. If I want to watch the register, I'd put a dedicated camera on the register. Again, it's spreading a lot of pixels and around a large area, and again, you lose detail. So again, if you just want to see the flow of people, what's going on, it's fantastic. If you want to make it a little more facial ID or license plate recognition, it's probably not the camera for you. These also have 5 streams. Don't mind my writing. So 5 streams, meaning that you put the one camera in the middle, that's 1 stream. Gee, I want to watch that doorway, that's 2 streams. I want to watch the web, so that's 3 streams. So you can get 5 separate camera views out of 1 camera. Now in our recorders, every time you pull a new stream, you're utilizing a camera channel. So if you start with a 32 camera recorder, pull 5 streams, you're going to be down to 27 channels. No questions. Good, moving on. I'm not going to touch on these too much, other than say we call these covert cameras. They're not really built into anything. We kind of have a straight pinhole, 90-degree pinhole, and like a tube camera. So if you guys want to build them into anything, some people put them in elevators because they're small. Some people build them into electrical boxes. Not really mainstream product, more of a niche product. Very last camera on the page, a strip camera. You guys go to 7-Eleven, sometimes they have the tape on the side of the door, so you rob the place, it can tell you how tall you are. This is actually a camera built into a height strip tape. So the camera, I think, is about 5.5 feet. So if you're walking out the door, literally the camera is 2-3 feet from your face. All right, pages 16, 17 are the Pro Series PTZ. We have a Pro Series and a Value Series. Pro Series is typically pretty much double the cost of the Value Series. With that, you are gaining smart tracking. Smart tracking, basically, you put the camera on a very wide-angle view. If it senses something walking through, it'll actually zoom into it and follow it. Okay, you don't want to oversell that. I've seen it work fantastically where it follows a person 1,000 feet down the road, and I've seen it looking at a plastic bag blowing in the wind. You don't know what you're going to watch, what you're going to follow. Typically, they're good for masonry yards, stone yards. I've seen a very good clip of like where they parked trucks, and the guys jumped over the fence and they started stripping the truck, and they were the only motion in the yard, so we got really nice views of these guys damaging the truck. Typically with our PTZs, the last 2 cameras on page 16 and everything on page 17 has infrared lights. I love infrared lights in a PTZ. Unless you're putting in a warehouse, I would recommend you go with an infrared camera with PTZ with infrared. Within the PTZs, 1 megapixel, 2 megapixel, 3 megapixel, and a 4K. We actually have an 8 megapixel PTZ. The 2 meg, this one right here, and this one over here, kind of use that dark fighter chip again. Low light colors, say Greg, I need a very low light PTZ, I'll give you one of those. They do have a 36x optical zoom. So again, out to 205 millimeter lens, it will get you a very good distance. If you look at the infrared distance of those 2 cameras, 500 meters of infrared. Okay, so you're going to cover a really nice area with 500 meters. All right. So far, so good. Moving along. All right. All right, page 18. Again, just kind of some specialty cameras here. These are all stainless steel. You'll notice that they all use that dark fighter technology. Stainless steel is probably 3 to 4 times the price of the traditional camera. Typically, you're putting these in chemical plants. sometimes down by the water. Not super popular, but if needed, you know, they're here for you. Traditional pan tilts. Then we have the traditional pan tilts for more of a homeland, you know, with a dome can't look above the horizon. So if you can mount these under in a building underneath a bridge, now you could actually look up underneath the bridge if you had to. A couple noteworthy features, this last dome right here. Thousand meters of laser infrared. So you're gonna put that underneath the bridge, probably put under the Verrazano, you probably hit Brooklyn to Staten Island with 1,000 meters. Another specialty product line is called PanaView. PanaView is meant for extremely large area surveillance. So when I say 9, the actual one on the left has actually 9 cameras on it. It's got 8 2-megapixel cameras around the outside there. So if you want to put this in the middle of like a city field parking lot, you see a full 360, and then use the PTZ underneath to actually zoom in on something,